Hello, my friends, and welcome. I hope you are well and enjoying whatever you are up to. It's a drizzly, wet, and cold afternoon here. So I am, as usual, snuggling in my nest, and I'm excited for many reasons. But the main reason is I've realized that I need to get a move on. I realize that it's just a week until I travel to the US, and I love any excuse to make a collection. And so that's what I'm going to start and share with you today. The first thing that I'm thinking about is, I'll leave that one for a moment. This scissor keep has been so handy. So I'm planning to make another one of those. And here I have my last remaining little purse, and that I got quite a while ago, December or January. And I'm thinking that that will end up being the one that I take with me. So I've got one to stay at home. This one was my New Zealand one. She's just going out, use and put the phone and everything in. So this is on my list. And in a way, if I do this, I don't need to make a pincushion, but I may. And it may be a rabbit. So if you want to stick around and hear more, this is going to be, I hope you can hear the excitement in my voice, because I want to have a good long stitch this afternoon. And I've started a little bit earlier because the rain, I don't want it to get too dark. Okay, so what I've shared with you before is I go foraging in the nest and I find all the things that I've been using recently, and then I look at some pieces that I've done previously for. Did I just say previously twice? I did. That's the excitement, and decide what I'm feeling. So this one I made for the Fleur trip to Robertson, which is 20 minutes away. But there's some really nice elements that I continue to treasure. I carry my laptop in this. So I have started a new laptop case. And this is it so far. I'll go through some choices and then we'll just freelance and have a chat. And as always, I hope you've got something to do. Okay, I used this blanket in something else, which I can't remember, but it smells so beautiful. It smells like green apples. Whatever the conditioner or the pre-wash is just so divine. So I was thinking when I travel away from home, isn't that nice that I can, not that I've got green apples here, but that I've got that sense of, oh, that is yummy. So it's all about the senses, isn't it? Our well-being. Okay. Then I started with my pinks. I've been using this floral vintage, I don't think it's bark cloth, but it's old. I think it is bark cloth. On, you can't see it, on the shirt that I'm wearing and some other pieces of my wearables. So, and I'm getting really interested in more thread painting. So I've got that there. I put a piece of this ticking with the raw edge there and other pieces because oh hello, this is my little family. You haven't seen them for a while. They're noddies. I'll put them over there though, they might get squashed. It's all about the touch. So when I pull this out of my big bag and put it beside me, maybe in the plane seat or in the back pocket, I've got options. Okay, better just check. I had to give up on filming yesterday because my memory was full, the battery ran out and it got too dark. So that's why this is going to happen. So I've got little bits so far, and if you were a person who liked to do it as a whole pouch, this would be the front, and then we would turn it around the side and go up the other way. But I do, my design sense comes from just starting this way. Okay, now it's a working trip, and I don't mean Kate in the Nest working trip. It is with colleagues that I've been working with for 3 years, and one of them has been in touch, and she's going to take me to a Wizard of Oz museum. I am tickle pink. Vanessa Kiki said to me today, have I got my red shoes? I haven't, but that might be an excuse to work out how to stitch a shoe. But I found, so I've got my pinks here. I want it to be cheery, happy. It's going to summer. Little bit of blanket here, quilt top, my vintage cardigan. So that's what I'm down for so far. But now I've started chatting. I can't wait. This is a little tiny tray cloth in cross stitch. And I thought that would get me sort of, I'm hoping I can do pinks, reds, yellows and oranges. I don't know, but that's what I'm thinking. Now I'm standing up and down a bit because at this part I'm actually doing more than I would usually do to start. Like laying it out without, I haven't stitched anything. So I know that belongs on here, but I don't know yet where it belongs. This is because I'm sad to say goodbye to my Roxy Journalist Stitchery garden party piece. I almost thought about taking a really big piece like that over there. I don't know what I will stitch, but with these functional and purposeful pieces, you can always be adding to them. So that's my intention. So I'm just going to start stitching some things down. Here's Pony. If you haven't seen, oh yes, I think I did show you. Pink Pony pincushion, loving, needles up there, and I've even pre-threaded. So we're just going to start over here. And we're going to do really big running stitches to get as many of these layers down. At the start. It's going to be a bit wild because I have been restrained with my quilts lately. So I was thinking it's been a bit like, you know, when you read a great book and you finish it and you've got a whole pile ready to read next, but you have to, well, I have to give it space because it feels like I don't want to leave that wonderful memory behind and rush it. So that's how I feel with just my slow stitching just at the moment until now. I've been doing my wearables. And I've been working a lot on my May pouch, so that's virtually done. I'll show you that just before I leave. And as I said, I'm thinking of what to pack in terms of stitching. Because with jet lag, often I'm awake in the middle of the night. And I have to think about, luggage and weight and all of those sorts of things. But as we who love to stitch know, there's nothing worse than running out of things to do with your hands. And I'm always surprised at how much I actually get done. Okay, so here I'm going through about 4 layers. I've got this hand-dyed linen and the ticking underneath it. So no rules. Okay, I'm going over here now. This is a bit of Rachel's linen under there. I love that Freya bit, and I was thinking that this gold matches their goldy greeny colour. All right, let's do a down running stitch. Thank you for your lovely comments and encouragement. It's a lovely thing, as I've said many, many times, to know that we're in a community where we all support and encourage and share our love of the same I want to do a special shout out to Penny, who commented the other day and said she'd found a ring in an op shop or thrift shop, and she just thought of me, and I just thought, isn't that beautiful? So thank you for your kindness. Okay, so I'm down here, I'll go across there, and that bit is all, those pieces are down enough. I've got a little bit of thread left, but I'm going to finish that there. I don't know whether you can see, but I've actually got less of a mountain in front of me this afternoon. However long it lasts, who knows? Okay, the other comforting thing is I've got some chenille here, bedspread, blanket, vintage beads. This is, as I said, quilt top. That's feed sack. Do I want to start embroidering yet? No, I don't think so. So let's just change. I've got some black thread because I've been really enjoying quilting with that. Bigger needle. How about we go under here? Rescue the pink pin. So how are your projects going? I think quite a few of us are having rain and cold weather wherever we are. So it is something that seems to go so naturally, doesn't it, with our making. Now these are really shark's teeth ones, probably not exactly what I intended, but I can go over them, and in fact I will with a different colour. I think I told you last time, I've been listening to this new podcast recommended by Maria and Haptic and Hue, and you can pop in any time, but just listening to the stories of, you know, how we have always made things with household items and sustainability, you know, and stories of people would make a curtain because there was a draft in the house, and the memories found inside, messages, and I keep talking about putting words and things. I did think I could put something more realistic on this one to show the progress, because I wonder actually, I'm just zipping over here. I think that's them. I think this is what I worked on to take last year. I remember this. Look at that sunshine in pink. And then this one, was this after? Can't remember. But this is what it evokes in me, just touching. And you know what that feels like with your own work. But is this one very different? Or is this one? Like evolution. So, sorry about that. I just thought I keep talking about that, but what did it actually look like? I've left the satin on there for comfort. It's looking very pinky, isn't it? I will want some other colours, I think. And that's why, what have I got up here? Got a scrap off a nest. There's another scrap. Oh, that's nice and bright. And I want to do some frills. That's the other thing that I had been thinking about. I wonder whether that, actually that would be better than there. Because again, that's my fingers on something yummy and 3D to feel. It can be on the other side. So that was good. Now, did I mention frills? There's some satin, that's pink. This is left over from my garden party. This is from the States last year, so that would be good to take back some of that. And what else have I buried? I've got some more. There's my little frilly bits. Found that before. Oh yeah. And some of this. Okay. See, that's feeling unusual for me, because see, in the context of these reds it goes, but on a work it's pretty. I haven't done that bolder colour crimson yet, but that's why I'm starting. Okay, where was I up to? This. pillowcase. Not quite. Do we want some green? We will. Not the right shape yet. I feel like I've got to wait for the right one to jump under my fingers there. So we could do some embroidery. Have we done anything with the black? Oh yeah, we did that. I've got this variegated. I feel that that's right there. I need to have sunshine. Excuse me, as I have a little bit of a hay fever moment. Yeah, frills. I want to have a lot of frills on the back. Like my little curtains. Do you know what I'm talking about? Probably not. Yes. Might even layer some embroidery or something. Oh, that's right. I haven't used that. Surely you're getting an insight into my brain, Nasavi, aren't you? I'm getting into the flow. My mind and my eyes are going everywhere. Now, do we want... No, out over the top. The other thing that I'm sure you relate to is trying to get your head around as you move into winter clothes, what to pack for spring-summer. And I know it hasn't been too long since I had my summer clothes on all the time, but it's amazing how stubborn my brain wants to be and go, oh, I don't know what you could possibly wear when it's hot. And I've got socks and boots on now, and will I have to find my toenails? I'll have to start checking the weather, I think, which is quite a sensible and grown-up thing to do, which I haven't done a lot of in my past. Okay, so I like that there. That's going to stay. I want a little frill. I might tuck that one under there. That would cover up a little bit of those stitches. And I wonder if we just have a little play, because I'll do some thread painting on that in a minute. But let's have a look at the back. So, like these are the biggest size pouches I've ever done. This might be even a bit bigger than the one that I showed you. I like this little bit because it's still got a seam on it. That could be a nice little, although I don't want to lose the flower. Let's just play. So I'm just digging beside me here. Oh, maybe that can go on the front. Little harvested bits. Oh, that's a serious leftover from one of my pieces. And my little flowers. Okay, what a combination of funny things that is. This looks way too dark with the black, but maybe the colour. I want to just go over here and that little bit of seersucker. Why did I do that? Because I think this red is more adjoining for that than down here. And the purple goes with that flower, so flower to flower. Isn't it beautiful? Got a couple of these ones. I was thinking how we can use that lace and those little flowers because they would make me smile. I have to get my work out of here. Maybe. No, too red. What's that? Something hanging down from another time. Oh, but that might balance that. I could embroider. I like that's blanket on blanket. Not that blue. Must have some lace. Maybe that could be the lace curtain. Maybe not there. Maybe, don't know. But that's a definite somewhere. Look at that little seam. Oh. With gathering there, maybe. Right, what else did I find over here? Maybe. Is this flower too big? You're probably telling me my eye or something inside is saying maybe we'll turn this into a flower within a flower. Who knows where we're going to end up? And for that reason, do you know that I might stop this now because there's much play to be had. I will keep on stitching. Why don't we separate these ones? See, I'm not going to stop, but I'm just thinking of you, my friends. That almost feels better. But we'll think about that. We won't rush in. Got a dingle dangle at some point. Might end up adding interest over here or down there. Nothing will be wasted, and I've got the whole back to fill up. So a lot of these pieces, like this one, will now go, actually, gosh, this is getting a bit bold. No. Better, but not. Okay. All right, there you go, everyone. So thank you for joining me on as I've played and enjoyed that fun, because that's as long as I've got a variety of textures and little scraps everywhere, I'm a happy girl. So from this, and it'll just get richer and richer. Oh, I've got those. Hang on. Let's not forget. We'll have some of those as well. And the red Kansas, what's that place? Wizard of Oz. Or maybe I'll get wizarded when I'm over there. Who knows? All right, I've tried to say goodbye quite a number of times, and you can see I don't really want to go because it's so much fun doing this. But I will go now, and hopefully I'll get time to show you where this piece ends and my other little bits that I will do. So this is Kate in a Nest saying thank you so much. Happy stitching to you, or crocheting or knitting, as long as you are looking after yourself and taking time to breathe. Oh, and look at that. I've been journaling and dream. Okay, this is Kate. Bye.